we are back talking all things African football. Now, earlier we asked you a trivia question. What was the highest scoreline at the COSAFA Championship? And we're making jokes about it. Tata Mofokeng, please take us out of our misery and give us that answer.
You know, if you remember in 2019, I still remember I covered that tournament in 2019. It was in Gqeberha. You know, on the day, Refilejane scored 4 goals. She was the captain of a team that went on to win the tournament.
And Amanda Mthandi.
Amanda Mthandi scored 3 goals in that game. 17-0 was the final score. South Africa winning against Comoros in that match. You know, Comoros were still new. They lost 17 in that game. In fact, 10 different players scored for Banyana Banyana on the day. You know, in the scoreline. So that still remains a record, you know, COSAFA Women's Champion. You've seen some 15-0s in between. There's been a few 13s and all that, but 17 is the answer. Somebody said here now, the 93, you know, that one went to the books. Somebody was fired for that 91 goals scored in a match because the team wanted to get 91 goals, and somehow that 91 goals scored was like, I feel like
it also takes away the dignity of football. I mean, when we get to those scorelines, come on. However, though, speaking about women's football currently, we've got 2 Banyana Banyana teams up doing national duty. And I want us to clear that confusion, because some people are watching COSAFA, they are like, but where is this player? Where is Kaylin? Where's Andile? You know, that kind of thing. So please just explain to us the difference between the 2 teams. Who is in Denmark and who is in Gqeberha right now for COSAFA?
You know, somebody actually inboxed me to ask me to say, but I heard you just said Banyana playing. Which Banyana are you talking about? So, you know, what South Africa have done this year is they decided to separate the 2 teams. They said, you know what, let's take one Banyana team that will go and play in a tournament in Gqeberha, that is for the COSAFA Women's Championship tournament. Then they took another Banyana team that is playing currently in matches that are played in England and as well as in Denmark, 2 friendly matches. You know, so when you look at the Banyana that is playing in those matches, these are the tried and tested players. These are the played at the World Cup. These are the players that we all know. But the one that is coming up is the one that has seen players from under 20 promoted to be part of this, and some of those upcoming players that are playing in the league in South Africa given a chance to be part of an international competition, like the COSAFA tournament. So this is why we're seeing that changes that is happening. So people are saying, hey, one Banyana is winning, the other one, hey, is getting walloped on the other side.
Yeah, and somebody actually said, but Coach Maud Khumalo is the new coach for Banyana Banyana. They didn't understand it's 2 different teams. And speaking about Coach Maud, COSAFA, you know, the performance for Banyana Banyana from its inception when it started to currently now, what do you take up with regards to the performance? A lot of people were not happy with the squad selection, thinking it's young players, we're not going to advance. What do you think and what do you make of what's been happening?
You know, what I love about this, I have to say, is I love the way African football, especially women's football, is growing. Because when you look at the CAF Women's Champions League, you see just how some new faces are coming in. You know, this edition is coming up this year. I'm looking forward to that because you have so many debutants. So you'll be able to introduce to new players that are coming up. You know, you talk about the qualifying phase of that CAF Women's Champions League. We saw other stars being born in the qualifying phase of the tournament. Now you talk about the tournaments taking place in Gqeberha at the moment, where South Africa are playing, the likes of Zambia there, Zimbabwe returning into the fold, unable to make the semis, you know, this year. But what I loved about it also is that you have seen a dawn of a new era. You know, we have seen Malawi, who came in as a defending champions without Chawinga sisters.
I was about to say.
And managed to get to the semi-finals, you know, and scoring some interesting goals as well en route to getting to that level. South Africa without your tried and tested players, your Khatanas of this world, the Sanes of this world, your Maramalepes of this world, your Bianas of this world, Magai of this world, have managed to do well also in their group stages to get to the semi-finals themselves. You know, when you look at the tournament, the 18 matches played in building up to in the group stages alone before you even got to the semi-finals. You're talking about a 71 goals scored. You know, that just shows that the numbers have been crazy in this COSAFA tournament this year. And for me, that's what you want to see. You want to see people come out and be given a chance and do what they need to do, you know? So that is one thing that I loved. And also, I love the fact that we have seen all the COSAFA region countries coming to Gqeberha, you know, going to South Africa and Gqeberha, being part of the tournament in Gqeberha and enjoying the scenery and enjoying everything that happens. Some will get walloped, some will win, some will advance, some will get knocked out. Later on today, we will find out in South Africa who's going to be the champion of the COSAFA for this year, you know? So I love what is happening. I love the growth of women football, and I love these new stars we're seeing. Tana Hollis, nobody knew anything about her.
Yes, we call it 4x4.
Yeah, until playing in Yeah, and until playing in the Olu's Best Super League in South Africa. We talk about your Selana of this world, who's doing very well, you know. You talk about some players that have come up and have come in it. Khatebe. So Khatebe, all of those players have come up and have seen new players. Tom, for me, from Malawi, has been part of the team for the longest of time. He's still there, you know. Sidia, from a Mozambican point of view, so he's part of a squad, is there again this time around. So that I'm loving. I'm just loving that.
Quick one, before we wrap up. Banyana Banyana senior against England. What was your take on that match? We saw the coach sitting on the bench, trying to dismantle, literally brought the whole entire armor to replace because Banyana Banyana threw them off. What was your take on that match before we wrap up?
I just think that, you know, it shows that the players that are playing overseas, when they arrive for South Africa, they really prove to be the turning point. Tembi Kgatlana, no matter what happens, always going to be the one that carries them forward. So one just says that, you know, the whole idea of South Africa going there, when I spoke to the coach, said that it's for them to try and get experience and exposure to some players. And I think they've achieved that. Forget the score on 5-0 against Denmark. I believe the showing in the second game, it is more the blueprint of Banyana that we know. But what happens going forward is a big question that people will be asking all over.
Well, we appreciate the Chawingas, we appreciate the Magayas, we appreciate the Bandas who are definitely representing us when it comes to playing international football. So unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show. I've enjoyed my time here and I hope you guys as well did. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms to engage with the conversation about African football. From me, myself, Auntie Tuski, Brian Tatemufukeng, Adelane and the rest of the Fut-Afrique team, we out.